Good afternoon, Bravehearts, and welcome back to the Doc of Detox Show. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf, and today we're going to be talking to John Kitson, and he is a specialist at EMF and how to protect yourself. And he knows what's going on out there, and he's going to try to fill you up with some facts, okay? And just know this afternoon at 1 o'clock Central Time, I'm going to have John, okay, who is our alchemist who actually makes all our products, okay? And he's going to answer all your questions and understand something. And this might be a little bit hard to say, but 98% of all the humic fulvic that's out there in the world is not pure. Did you hear what I just said? I will tell you that ours is pure of heavy metals. We have the only technology that can do it. Ours, even our black diamond, is the smallest molecular size and the purest in the world. Okay? Humic fulvic is one of the most important products when it comes to viruses, the big V thing, not catching colds and flus, getting rid of heavy metals, balancing your pH, okay, balancing your hormones, okay, straightening up your digestive tract, helping to bring down inflammation in the brain. There's nothing better than this. And we're going to be talking to him today about that. And we're going to be talking about how he runs the only production plant in the world that's been approved, that has government approval because of its sanitation, because of its purity. And we have the only patented process to remove heavy metals and to actually make humic fulvic without chemicals. That's right. Did you hear what I just said? Okay. All right. So he'll be on from 1 till 2:30, and then at 2:30, I'm going to have actually part of our. They are part of our marketing. They make the websites for all our practitioners. They teach our practitioners how to market themselves as natural health practitioners. So if you're a natural health practitioner and you want some really great tips this afternoon, or if you just want great tips about marketing your business, because marketing is marketing, right? Understand something. I will tell you this much. There's nobody that's as bad at marketing than natural health practitioners. They're so focused on their passion and their purpose, but they just don't understand how to market themselves. What if you could take a course? What if you could take a training where we'll look after your marketing? That's right. You just need to do what you do well. We'll build your website. We'll do your photography. We'll do your videos for you. You'll be able to take all the information from my library and everything I have, my slideshows, everything, and you'll be able to utilize it. It will be yours. What if you had a training that you took and didn't cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you were supported for the rest of your life with more trainings, that they never ended, so that you could just live your passion and purpose and become the gift for the world? So that'll be on at 2:30, and that'll go till 4 o'clock. But right now we're going to talk to John about EMF, okay, pollution solutions. And before I bring him on, I just want to say this. What if we could invent something that didn't destroy buildings and the land, but it actually took the immune systems of human beings? What if it was invisible, and because they couldn't see it, it took a long time for them to believe it until they become very sick? Okay, so understand, there is a really sick part of society, okay, that likes to control human beings by stealing their power, by giving them diseases, which means that you're just not in alignment with what you're meant to be. But understand this, just as they can use frequencies to throw us out of alignment and make us sick, we can use frequencies to protect us. Anyways, go ahead, John, take it away.
Well, first of all, Darrell, I'd like to thank you for having me on your show, my friend.
Thank you.
And it's great to be here in Mexico. And yeah, I'm taking the Whole Life Coach course now for the second time, because I was so impressed with the first one, as well as the Wolf Non-Surgical.
Yes.
And I just have to thank you for creating this opportunity for everybody. And what an amazing community we have here. And I think you're a real trailblazer for getting this going. So
Thank you.
just wanted to, say thanks.
Thank you,
for
my
that.
friend.
You know, it's all about the gratitude, isn't it? That's why I'm wearing this T-shirt, grateful. So yeah, I got in touch with EMF Fields a few years ago. It actually started with my mother. She started to get quite poorly, started with headaches, and then she went on to develop a glioblastoma brain tumor. Now, she was bought a wireless DECT phone, where it's basically wireless. You have the charging point, which gives off electromagnetic fields, particularly its radio frequency we're going to be talking about today, the microwave radiation. This is the same radiation you get from microwave ovens. And she had one upstairs in her bedroom. So she was bombarded a lot. She'd be on the phone a lot of the time. And I lost her back in 2014. So it was that which really woke me up to electromagnetic fields and the effect they're having on our bodies. And like you said, it's the invisible which is important. You know, we're made from energy. We start off as energy, and the invisible affects us, you know, whether it be beneficial energy, whether it be the Schumann resonance that's from nature, or whether it be 5G and Wi-Fi. You know, this actually affects the physical. So we need to be aware of this, and we all start off as spirit. So I've learned a lot from this course also about that. And, you know, frequency is absolutely everything. So it's something I believe people need to learn more about. So I set up 5gawareness.com. I'm also on 5G Awareness on YouTube and on BitChute, where my uncensored videos are. And I just try and educate people about 5G and the health effects. So I ran as an election candidate in the UK general election on a Stop 5G platform. I got almost 600 votes. I didn't get in, but I got to hold a big sign that I made called 5G is genocide, which appeared on the BBC News. So that was something. And then I was interviewed by the Daily Mail on the moratorium that I achieved with a number of other people, where we got a temporary ban on the rollout of 5G in Totnes in Devon. So that was about a year and a half ago. And then other people followed suit, trying to get bans in their local areas. I was giving talks with Mark Steele. Probably a lot of people know him here. He's been a major campaigner against 5G, as well as Barry Trower, who is ex-Secret Service, ex-Navy intelligence, who worked with bomb disposal units. So
I remember him. Yeah. Yeah, he's quite intelligent.
That's right. Yeah, very important figure. He's been trying to raise awareness about it for years. And of course, this comes from the military. This technology, this microwave technology, they've been using it all the way back to the Second World War.
As a defense system.
That's
or
right.
An attack system, actually.
Exactly. That's what it's now become. So you have to ask the question, why is it being rolled out on our streets, right?
Yeah, but you need to ask another
Yeah.
question. Why would anybody allow someone to attack them? Well, because they're not worth much.
No, that's right.
They're not worth much.
Exactly. And this is where it comes down to self-love. You know, we've got to realize what we are worth. We've got to start loving ourselves, appreciating ourselves, and then we can take care of others, you know, and take care of the wider situation. So, so let's go into what are electromagnetic fields. We get radiation from the sun, which is beneficial radiation, and then you get radio frequency radiation. So 4G, which covers most of the world right now, goes up to 2.4 gigahertz. So 2.5 gigahertz is like a microwave oven. So we're basically in a microwave oven with the door open. And 5G introduces a whole new range of frequencies all the way up to 300 gigahertz. So 5G has never been tested because, of course, it would never pass the tests. And that's why they're rolling it out. And unfortunately, the people who control this world don't have a terribly good agenda for humanity. So it's really important to stand up and be counted, and that's what we're doing today, you know, to raise awareness. And
And whether you want to believe it or not, when they turn on the 5G, they're going to turn on those people that got the V.
Yeah.
All those little antennas that are floating through your bloodstream and in your tissues, now that you have issues in your tissues, they're actually going to be picking up communication signals and information that they want you to have. Not that you want to have, but you're going to have them now, because you become an antenna for their radio station, okay, called deceit.
That's it. That ain't neat.
No, it isn't. It's not going to be good at all.
Exactly.
It's not going to be good at all.
Yeah. So this is it. So yeah, the V is totally connected. Even the chief medical officer at Moderna admitted that it's this mRNA technology is an operating system going into the human body. You know, they're introducing a line of code, and he announced this in a TED talk about a few years ago. So we've really got to look into this. We've got to look at heavy metal toxicity, because the more heavy metals you get in your body, the more sensitive you are to these electromagnetic fields. And of course, the more fear you have, the more sensitive you are. So it's all about staying, you know, in a loving way, keeping your energy high, And yeah, just looking after your health, look into heavy metal detoxification. That's very important. Get grounded, walk barefoot on the beach, walk barefoot on the grass, where you get more of that Schumann resonance. So, but there are thousands of peer-reviewed studies. Those people who are not yet informed on electromagnetic fields, you can go to PubMed, and of course, causing infertility, causing problems with plants. We've actually got a video about the effect of Wi-Fi. It's a short little video I put together, and about the effect on watercress. So it should be very interesting, and I thought I'd play it for the audience, Daryl.
All right.
It's a great.
We talked. What are we? We're pioneer scientists here. This is like a sort of experiment that it's really hard to find anything like it. So this is like pretty groundbreaking stuff. We're gonna grow some plants inside of there. One of them without Wi-Fi signal, one of them with Wi-Fi signal.
It blew my mind that the Wi-Fi off, like, the plants are growing.
Yeah.
But Wi-Fi on, the plants are growing. So I think that when the Wi-Fi's on, it's affecting the world, like affecting the whole entire world.
What's the first thing that you're gonna do? You get your cell phone in your hands, you just watch that video. What are you gonna Google?
Does Wi-Fi kill plants or other living things?
First thing I would look up is what else can it hurt?
What?
Our brain, our arms,
Wi-Fi
our legs. Does Wi-Fi hurt our body physically and mentally? Could it affect your sperm count and decrease population?
What?
Given the fact that you have been part of this research, looking over all of these studies, do you have Wi-Fi in your house?
No, I've been in the technology industry all my life, and I've never had Wi-Fi.
Because?
I just didn't feel it was right. I didn't feel it was safe. And my wife has been very actually forceful about not having it.
So we saw right there the effect of Wi-Fi on watercress. Now that's about a 2-minute video, great one to share with friends and look at the effect on the plants. And even the Microsoft CEO of Canada, ex-CEO, admitted that he doesn't use Wi-Fi in his home. Isn't that telling, Daryl?
Yeah, and the other thing is isn't it great that we are going to be microwaves so that we can get our video downloaded in 15 to 30 seconds faster? This really excites me.
Yeah. free microwaving, right? Heat you right up.
Yeah.
So, we often wonder, oh, what's this global warming about? Maybe it's the 5G, right? Heating everybody up. So, but where do they get these guidelines from that it's supposed to be safe? Well, that's actually an organization called ICNIRP, and they're responsible for putting the guidelines together, and they're funded by the telecommunications industry. And unfortunately, the telecommunications industry has now overtaken the pharmaceutical industry in terms of wealth and power, because of course everybody has a mobile phone, and then of course it's used in the military. It's wide scale now, so they've got the money to keep pumping it out there and kind of hiding the uncomfortable news. So yeah, but a few of us have been raising awareness in the UK. I know you've had lots of people in the States and Canada, and I know you've been raising awareness about it, Daryl, which is great. And yeah, you've got these appeals. You've got the 5G space appeal put together by Claire Edwards, who worked for the United Nations, and she challenged the UN, the man in charge of the UN, publicly on 5G on camera about 5G. And I went over and gave a talk with her in Denmark about a year ago. So there are many amazing people in this world, and we've just got to step out into the open and actually speak the truth. What you hear in the darkness, speak in the light, get it out there, get it in the public domain. And I think there are a lot of complicit people, especially in the hospitals now with this V situation, who we really need speaking out, because otherwise it's only going to get worse, and let's create a better, more beautiful world, right?
Yeah, and it's all meant to confuse you. It's all meant to entertain you too. Yeah. All the information out there is to be entertaining. Oh, look at squirrel. No, he's over there. No, he's over here. You know what I thought was interesting yesterday? I usually don't look at a lot of videos, but I saw how Bill Gates comes down on Elon Musk, right? Did you ever see that video? And you know what? Whether you want to believe this or not, they're two peas in a pod. And what they do is they go, hey, Bill, can you go after Elon? Because that'll make you look good and it'll make him look bad. All we got to do is create controversy. You know, just because you're going out around the world and doing more damage than him doesn't mean anything. Let's go boggle their minds. Okay. And then Elon, you know, seriously, people, I don't know how we fall for this. You know, who wants to go to Mars? Why can't we just fix up the world we have? You know what? Oh, you know, eventually we're not going to be able to live down here. Well, if it's up to you and Billy Boy, sure. The reality is that people buy into this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's just like a movie, and it's like pick your hero, okay, and pick your villain,
Right.
right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bill Gates, I mean, so many people are waking up now, you know, soon he'll just be Bill, will be over the hill, you know, he'll be done and dusted because there's a worldwide awakening happening right now. And I think this is why we need to stay positive, you know, we got to be in our spirit, you know, be loving and make the change, create the change, right?
Yeah, but how many people actually turn their Wi-Fi off at night when they go to bed? How many people know that having things plugged around your head when you go to bed are not good for you, or that the walk around house phone is blowing your brain out too, just like the cell phone? Or, you know, that a microwave, if you want to find out if it leaks, all you got to do is put one phone in the microwave, shut the door, and then call it. And if it's ringing, then you know if the signal's going in, the signal's coming out.
Yeah.
So see how far you can go and call your cell phone in the microwave. Then you'll know how well that microwave is. And most of them are leaking really bad.
They certainly are. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
toxic. You know, if
Yeah.
you just examine the amount of devices you have in your home, like your Amazon Echo, your smart TV, these are all the things that are emitting radiation. And, you know, even solar panels, you know, they give off the dirty electricity as well as the smart meters. You know, people have these Fitbits on their wrist and they
Oh,
measure
that
their
no,
heart
you're
rate.
throwing your whole heart out of
Yeah.
rhythm. You're throwing your cells out of rhythm. I mean, people that have smart bits, they're not a bit smart.
Yeah.
And they're not. They're not a bit smart. I'm telling you, they're just like robots.
Yeah.
The next thing on the list.
They should call them stupid bits. So yeah, I've got another video about animals and the effect on farm animals that we can show you.
Right. Let's do it.
Il y a des endroits bien précis où c'est la mort assurée si on met les veaux clôturés à ces emplacements-là.
Les bêtes avaient un comportement bizarre, des vaches très fatiguées qui ne voulaient plus aller manger, qui ne buvaient plus. Donc là, on a commencé à se poser la question.
Là, tous les 2 jours, j'enlève les morts. C'est très bien depuis 20 ans qu'un élevage sous une ligne de tension, ça provoque exactement les mêmes problèmes. Exactement, on connaît le problème.
Le sol, conducteur ou moins de conducteurs. Il suffit qu'il y ait un pylône ou une antenne relais qui s'implante sur des veines de terre conductrices, une éolienne par exemple, et à 2 km plus loin, le bâtiment, tout d'un coup, ça ne marche plus.
So if I can say something, everyone, you know, we're going to have to learn to protect ourselves because it's going to be everywhere fairly soon. And I'm going to show something and then we'll go right back to it. But I just want to say this because we just showed about the growing of plants and animals. And I want to show you this. This was developed by Peter Webb, okay? All right. This is called a guardian. And you can have this in your home or you can have it outside somewhere. but this will do 50 acres. And I know this is going to be hard for you to believe. It's called radionics, and it will actually increase the growth of your vegetable garden or whatever you're growing in that 50 acres. And it'll do it by 30 or 40%.
Yeah, I heard he fixed up this lake in India, right? Where
Yeah.
Everything was dying, and then everything just came back.
There was
to
no
life again.
fish. There was no proper algae. It was a
right.
swamp.
Mhm.
And it all came back. And he never went to India. He used radionics, which is frequencies. If you can believe in 5G, then why can't you believe in good and bad?
Exactly.
Right? And this is called a guardian. And this one here, okay? And that guardian will work in your home or work outside. Then this one here is actually for your school, for a hospital. This is a 50-acre building. That's what this will cover.
And it looks beautiful.
Yeah, and it looks beautiful. Yeah,
and-
it's Italian quartz.
Yeah.
And then this will do a home, even a large home. Look at that. You put it in the middle of the home and it's going to cover the whole house. And then as you see what I've got here, this is actually going to cover me, okay, 15 feet out, up and down, and it's going to protect me. And I know people don't believe it, but you'll see your skin starting to change, your energy starting to change, your headaches come down, your stress levels, you'll sleep better. There's so many things that happen. And these are what these are the different ones that you can wear for adults. And then this is the different ones for children. And the reason why I'm showing and telling you this, we just had Peter Webb on yesterday, and he talked about all of this. But just know that these, if you're interested and you'd like to give them a try, these will be going on sale on Sunday night, 1 minute to midnight, along with what we call a smart guard to put on your phone. Go take a look at the technology. You see that little white thing right there? Okay. That you can put on your phone. Go look at the technology and the testing. And there's places that you can start, but there's a lot you can do in your home, right? That people don't know.
Yep.
Like every smart appliance is making you stupid.
That's right.
Okay.
Smart. What does it mean? Surveillance, monitoring, and reporting technology.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
There's a reason they call it smart.
Yeah.
And I think just the basic is turning off your Wi-Fi, turning off your landline if it's emitting radiation, turning off your smartphone or putting it on airplane mode.
Yes.
A lot of people sleep with the phone on next to their bed, and they wake up and they feel tired, or they get depressed, or they have nightmares. And it's this radiation coming from the phone.
Yeah, you got to turn off your Wi-Fi and put it on airplane mode.
That's right.
And you can still use it for an alarm clock. And understand, people go, well, I just want to be ready for what? Well, if something goes wrong, well, yeah, something is going to go wrong if you sleep beside it.
Exactly.
And just like the baby monitor, we worry about babies, right? Well, my mother, I never had a baby monitor, and believe it or not, whether you want to believe this or not, the baby monitor is actually going to cause what?
Cancer.
Sudden death syndrome in
That's right.
children. The baby monitor, because you had to listen every little whisper. That is giving off such high frequencies. It can cause electrical disturbances in an infant. So you better get that. So your fear, okay, is going to tear that baby apart.
Exactly. And also, babies' skulls are much thinner than adult skulls,
Yeah.
children. And what are we seeing? The fastest growing cancer in children? It's brain tumors, in these schools, because you've got these Wi-Fi boosters everywhere. And, with young babies, some parents will leave them with the iPad right next to them, and that's emitting Wi-Fi radiation.
Well, it's a babysitter. It's a
Yeah.
babysitter.
That's
which
it.
is really not smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, parents are very tired, very toxic, because they don't eat right. They
Right.
don't live right. They don't know how to. They follow the majority. So it's not their fault, but the reality is all this suffering has to stop. Somebody has to wake up.
Yeah, stop following the mainstream. It's too lamestream. And
Yeah.
just do some research, right? Get your kids out playing in the bushes. I used to climb trees when I was a kid, around the church graveyard there, and I played with my friends. I went to the beach, I did all this stuff, but don't leave your kid inside. Just, by himself, take them out. And
Yeah, and you might not
help
like
them
this
life.
either. But if you're sending your kids to public school, then you got big trouble coming. Because I don't know if you noticed, but somebody's coming for your children. And unless it's a private school where they got your back, then public schools are always on the attack. And I'll tell you something right now. What do they really learn? They can't read. They can't write. They can't spell. They don't know how to love themselves or each other. And they can't feed themselves when they come out of high school. Isn't that really cool? and then they're all lost and don't know what they do because they don't focus on their passion and their purpose. You could do that at home. And if you just taught them basic math, and if they could read a book, which means they could sign a contract and not sign their life away, be able to read, okay? And if we could teach them to be alert and to be conscious in life and to be connected to their breath and learn how to love themselves, that's the biggest gift you're ever going to give them.
Oh, definitely. And they should learn about nutrition. You know, since I came to Mexico, Ixtapa, I learned a lot of great things about nutrition from Daryl and just what we're doing to our stomachs, you know, all about inflammation and how to get through that. And I'm taking massive positive action. And this is what people need to do in their lives regarding electromagnetic fields. You got to take action. You know, you can't keep still holding a phone next to your head. You're going to get sick. So it's all about taking personal responsibility for yourselves, for your health, and then speaking out, you know, raising awareness about these psychopaths who run the Federal Communications Commission, like Tom Wheeler. I've got a video on that one, actually. This is my last one.
It's okay, you
So,
can show it, but
yeah.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Unless you're trying to create the environment of being in the middle of a forest, then good luck. You're getting fried. Okay, let's watch this video.
All right. Oh, I think it's a different one, Sean.
It's okay, let it play.
Okay.
While industry has failed to do any peer-reviewed studies on
Put the
smart
other one
meters and
right
health
after
effects, a growing body of independent research
We'll
is
just
now
say
starting
this
to
is
accumulate.
a very important
In
one,
our
but
second set of
we'll show you
tests,
the other
we're
one.
using the smart meter. Before the exposure, we see the same thing as we saw in the first samples. Normal cell walls, fairly separated and looking healthy. So after 2 minutes of exposure in front of the smart meter at about 1 foot away, we see a totally different story. Sample 1, you can see a lot of degradation in the cells. The cell walls have been broken, and you see changes in the cells which are called mycoplasma. It shows a mutation to the cell. In the second sample, we see a different type of degradation to the cell membranes. You can see a corrugation here. This is called bottle cap formation, and it's known that this occurs due to oxidation or exposure to free radicals. So this third subject, when we did her sample, she had to be pulled away from the meter after 45 seconds because she complained about an increasingly severe headache. And here you see a phenomenon called rouleau, where the red blood cells are stacking up, which makes it very difficult for the blood to deliver oxygen to the tissues as they would be their normal function. Every single one of these is a degradation. Every single one of these shows a trauma to the blood cells. And that came from something, and the only variable was the smart meter.
What's going on here? This is a wireless device which is unproven scientifically, which all the evidence so far proves is dangerous or questionable, which should therefore be studied intensely before it's released to the public. Clever people called the technology smart to make it seem intimidating so no one would question it. Some smart ad man came up with that and got paid $300,000 to call it a smart meter so you would feel less knowledgeable, which they know we feel, and then you wouldn't question the smart people putting it in your house. So I call them not smart meters, dangerous meters.
Well, there it is, everybody. But you know what? We're going to show you the other video we talked about. We were going to show this one, but they kind of got flip, flop, and fly. But you can see right there that instantaneously, okay, your blood is affected. And if they can affect your blood, that means they're infecting your blood.
Yes, exactly. Well said, Daryl.
Yeah. So let's show this other video, and then we'll get right back to it. This one you're really going to enjoy.
The big game changer is that 5G will use much higher frequency bands than previously thought viable for mobile broadband and other applications. Such millimeter wave signals have physical properties that are both a limitation and a strength. They tend to travel best in narrow and straight lines, and they do not go through physical objects as well. But brilliant engineers have developed new antennas that can aim and amplify signals. Now, to make this work, the 5G build-out is going to be very infrastructure intensive, requiring massive deployment of small cells. I'm confident that the actions will lead to a cornucopia of unanticipated, innovative uses and will generate tens of billions of dollars in economic activity. And that's damn important. And stay out of the way of technological development. Unlike some countries, we do not believe that we should spend the next couple of years studying what 5G should be or how it should operate. The future has a way of inventing itself. Turning innovators loose is far preferable to expecting committees and regulators to define the future. We won't wait for the standards, and we're not done. As part of our July 14 action, we also plan to ask for comments on opening up other high-frequency bands. Many of the high-frequency bands that we will make available for 5G currently have some satellite users, as well as some Defense Department applications, or at least the possibility of future satellite and defense users. This means sharing will be required between satellite and terrestrial wireless, an issue that is especially relevant in the 28 gigahertz band. But if anyone tells you that they know the details of what 5G is going to become, run the other way. If something can be connected, it will be connected. Hundreds of billions of microchips connected in products from pill bottles to plant waterers. We must reject the notion that the 5G future will be the sole provenance of urban areas. The 5G revolution will touch all corners of our country.
So there it is.
That's it. So the reason I showed everybody that is I want people to understand what these people are like rolling this technology out. And of course, the mass microchipping that's going on, because some people, they're bringing their pets to other countries. They've now got to chip them to take them anywhere. And in fact, the V is another form of that, like an identification device. So, you know, people really need to be aware, but I'm here to discuss solutions. And I think, Daryl, you know, you got some great products here. And you know what? I had great experiences with crystals in the past. I was in London one time and I was feeling very ill from the Wi-Fi. And they were like these sort of organite stones. I put them in my pockets. I felt a lot better. But these are very, very powerful indeed. And of course, they cover the whole home. The pendants are amazing. I've tried it for myself. And so I think it's great that you're taking such positive action. And on top of that, you've got those great glasses as well, haven't you? The Tesla glasses.
Yeah, the Tesla glasses.
Yeah.
And if I can say a little bit on them, whether it's the blue light or whether it's the 5G, when they hit these lenses are C60. So just as, you know, if you've been on my show before, you would know that as far as the C60 drink, the liquid C60, I've said it before, but France is trying to make it illegal.
Wow.
Because it actually brings down the negative side effects of the V. It also causes, it can restore your brain, your eyes, your nervous system. The C60 will actually go into that part of the body and regenerate that tissue, that organ, or help that bone grow. And the problem is it's way too much. It's the highest vibrating electrical molecule on the planet today.
That's amazing.
So everything's about electricity. But why I'm saying that is, guess what? Tesla developed this, and he developed what we call the fluorine lens, the carbon 60 lens. But there was a gentleman who got the Nobel Prize who actually took it further to be able to put it into glasses. And it doesn't just neutralize all 5G that hits your eyes or blue light. It actually turns it into the highest vibration healing, and it can reverse eye diseases and brain disorders, the only glasses in the world. Now you got to think about that. And then you can go and try to tell me that there's something else, but there isn't. There's nothing like this. And this has carbon 60 in the fluorine lens. And that carbon 60, if you know about carbon 60, whether we're talking about our C60 coconut oil or our C60 hemp oil or this, guess what? It's actually, if you looked at it, it looks like a design, and that design is in the universe. It's in plants. It's in everything. The Fibonacci, right?
That's right.
That's right. Well, that C60 is a self-generating electrical device that's invisible. I mean, that in itself should blow your mind, okay? So we know that the C60 is not invisible. That's actually in the coconut oil, but it's invisible in here. And it's actually generating energy and shifting the negative frequencies and the blue light into a healing light, not to neutralize something, but to generate something that's going to heal you. And I know you're not going to believe this. It's serving all the nutritional components from the blue light and the 5G through your eyes, into your brain, into your nervous system, and every cell in your body. And that's why I wear these when I'm not on the show. I'll wear these outside because, as you were saying, the sun is not dangerous, but there's certain times of the day that we do get radiation from the sun. And by wearing these even outside, inside, doesn't matter. You're always getting the highest form of healing. You're not blocking anything.
Yeah, I completely agree. And do you know what? Exeter University in the UK, they did a study and they found that too much exposure to blue light can massively increase your chances of getting breast and prostate cancer. So it's a carcinogen. And, you know, whether you're using your smartphone, your laptop, your iPad, you're watching your TV or your computer screen, you should be wearing protection. And these are the first glasses that I've come across that actually offer both blue light and protection from 5G. And actually, I was trying them out earlier, Daryl, borrowed them from Sharon, and I tried to walk away with them. I love them so much. And that my eyes just instantly felt so relaxed.
Your headache will come down. Your stress levels will come down. You're going to feel at peace because it's all about frequency, everyone. And if you've got questions on Facebook, please just put them up and we will answer them. If there's any real questions here, I won't answer them, but John will probably answer them if they're on the 5G technology.
Happy to. And I was going to quickly add, just as a reminder, my website is 5gawareness.com, and I've got a special offer for this month. For people who want to do a consultation, instead of $100, it's going to be $50 for the hour, and I'll go across, we'll look into any sort of exposures you have from your devices in your lifestyle, also ways that you can improve your health and ways that you can protect yourself.
Do you do that on Skype or do you do that on Zoom?
I can do that on Skype, Zoom, I can do it on WhatsApp, or I can do it on Telegram. So,
but just know this, that if he can see a video and you can show him your house, your layout, and things of that nature, it's well worth the money. I mean, that's a little...
Right.
Anyways, that's not much to pay.
It's a limited offer, and probably the first dozen people who go for it. Because, I'm obviously busy taking this course now, but happy to help you. And, I want to do my best. So, just reach out to me through 5gawareness.com. On my protection page, I've got the crystal devices here, as well as the pendants and the glasses, because I believe in this technology.
And just know this. John's going to start doing his EMF consultations on Doc of Detox. So we want to offer that to our whole clientele as well. And it's really important that somebody takes a look at your home and just tries to give you some general ideas on what you need to do. People don't even have the basics.
Right.
Less anything in depth, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's get informed and let's empower ourselves and empower each other. I think that's so important.
Absolutely. Let's take a look. Is there any questions up there, or not really? Just people commenting.
That's all the comments there.
Okay, then that's it. So I just want to say that John will be coming back on the show, and he'll be doing his own show on Doc of Detox. Once we get settled here and he's done his course, it's going to be a while. Not that long, but long enough. I mean, you've been doing the course now, on course for a month. He's got about another month, right?
That's right. I'm loving every moment of it.
Yeah.
Things I'm learning about the nutrition, the Wolf non-surgical, this is revolutionary stuff, because you look at all this other sort of cancer protocols, the vitamin C intravenous, they're so expensive, but yet you can get people onto fasting, getting their diet in order, and then breaking apart this scar tissue and calcium deposits. You're changing someone's life. And, so many people have got so many healings since they've come here.
People don't even know that you can go in and you can reduce a tumor by 20 to 30% in 1 hour. And that's that. So the reality is most doctors don't even know that tumors are made out of scar tissue, calcification, and crystallization. So you can lovingly go in and pull those apart, allowing the blood, the lymph, and the spirit to flow again. because that's what it is. You're shutting down, and those blocks are not allowing the freedom and the flow of the frequencies that we talk about that turn cells on and off.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, I hope you found today really informative. I welcome any questions. You can reach out to us.
What's your website again?
It's 5gawareness.com. I'm also on BitChute, and I'm on Brighteon, the platform Mike Adams set up, and also YouTube. But I try to post my short videos to YouTube and then get people to subscribe to me on BitChute and Brighteon, because I think the censorship now with 5G, it's really intense. I mean, we saw Mark Steele, he was completely wiped off Facebook and YouTube. In fact, they tried to put him in prison for raising awareness of the LED streetlights and the antennas in Gateshead. And he was on the Richie Allen show, as was I. And then I came back to the UK and connected with him, and then we started giving our talks around the country along with Barry Trower. So it's all about taking massive personal action in your life. And that's one thing I've learned from the course, which has really got me even more into health. But you have to take care of yourself, and you have to, stay informed and stay safe.
You're not going to get what you deserve until you deserve it. And that's going to have to be a shift in your personality, and understand something, that you've been ruled and schooled. Okay, that you should be so lucky just to be allowed to breathe with a diaper on your face. So the reality is that they've been doing this enslavement camps since the beginning of time. Why don't you go look through some of the biblical Bibles, and you'll see people wearing masks back then. Masks, muzzles, whatever you want to do. So the same people that were ruling then are still ruling now. And I don't expect that we'll be able to stop them from ruling. But wouldn't it be great if you could rule yourself, master yourself, instead of thinking that you needed a master? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's time to take the mask off and let that big smile out, right? We look at the masks. Where did they come from? They used them in the slave trade.
Yeah.
On the black Africans in the ships. And of course, if you look into history, actually, I have a relative, Henry Thornton. Yeah, my mother was a Thornton, and they're related, and he's on Wikipedia. Him, along with William Wilberforce, stopped the slave trade. They brought it to an end. So, I think maybe it's passed down the blood. I became an activist myself, Daryl, and I just wanted to make a positive change in the world. But yeah, what they're going to do with the 5G, they want to switch it on globally, connect it with the V, connect it with the cryptocurrency. And like you said about the Bible, right? You can't buy or sell without the mark. But those of us who are sharing the light, who are making a difference, there's always going to be a way around that. And that's why it's so...
Come on, we just built 2 gardens.
Yeah,
we're good.
Right, we're on our way.
I got a fishing pole.
We've got a volleyball court. We're playing a bit of volleyball.
We're playing volleyball this afternoon. Tonight, I'm going to just go on there and show you guys when we're playing. And we even got a shower built out there. So guess what? You got your shorts on, you got your muscle tee on, even if you don't have the muscles. And then you walk over, because you're all hot and bothered from the volleyball, and you go over and you cool off from the shower, and you come back and you just hit one that's just like, wow.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be Canada versus Britain today. So we're going to see who's beginning at whooping.
That's right. I mean, we might be a little bit shorter than the Brits, but that's only because it's easier for us to kick them in the butt.
Yeah, we're a bit outnumbered. We got about 2 or 3 Brits on the course.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of Canadians.
We have, yeah. So I better step up my game a little bit there, I think.
Yeah, well, you guys have been pushing people around long enough, so.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
With our queen, she's a bit too high for her heels, isn't she?
Isn't she? Yeah. All right. Well,
here's a question.
Okay, one question.
Oh, here we go.
Hey.
Easy one.
Are those Tesla glasses real Tesla, like from Elon Musk, or are they just the name? Okay, first of all, Elon Musk, I don't know if anything's real from him. Okay. No. He uses a bit of Tesla technology. These are actually Tesla technology. Thank you very much.
Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla, not from Elon Musk. Okay, we're talking about Nikola Tesla. Okay, the greatest mind that ever lived. I tell the story about Einstein, Albert Einstein, when he was going up to get his award. They said, let's bring up Albert Einstein, the smartest person in the world. And he came up to the top, and he looked in the mic, and he goes, is Nikola Tesla in the room? Okay, so and he was the smartest man in the world, and Einstein was humble enough to actually admit it.
There you go.
Yeah, see, Einstein wasn't threatening the elites back then, and Tesla did, and that's why he died poor and broke, and they stole all his equipment, they stole all his research, they broke his heart. So many people stole his technology because he never protected himself because he wanted to help humankind. And that's what you need to do. You need to love and care for yourself and then share that with the world.
Definitely. It's always the people there who are really trying to make the change, they get shafted, they get ruined. But people like Elon Musk, I mean, he's promoting the neural lace, he's promoting the whole global warming scam, and
he's not even human anymore. So let's make that perfectly clear. And if you're all excited about Elon Musk, then I'm going to tell you something. You drank the Kool-Aid, not us. And the Tesla I'm talking about is Nikola Tesla, and Nikola Tesla is not related to Elon Musk, and he would never want to be even close to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's all move to Mars. For one thing, we don't even know if we went to the moon. Do you know how farther Mars is? And Mars has nothing on it for life. So let's get everybody to buy in that we're going to go someplace that we don't even know if anybody could live there, but we're going to go there, and let's get everybody excited. And what does he talk about? The world. Planet Earth is going to be inhabitable pretty soon. We need to get to Mars. Well, the only reason why it's going to be inhabitable because he's in bed with these people, and that's it. And I understand something. This is all about the poisoning of you and your children. Forget it. It's not anything else.
Definitely, yeah. And by the way, check out in my YouTube videos, Greta Thunberg challenged on 5G. I saw her in the UK. I was feet away from her. I said, hey, you know about 5G? It's destroying the trees. It's destroying everything. So she's been put on notice. And, we all know they're all part of the elite. But, yeah, we just got to be aware who obviously is trying to control this world. It's a very good video. X Factor winner reveals world's most secret religion. But ultimately, God is on our side, and we just got to stay positive and be the change you want to see in the world. I love that saying.
Yeah, and take this like an adventure movie with a great love story. It all looks dark, it looks hopeless, and then out of the woods, out of the bush walks you to save the day. So could you please just save the moment right now and put a smile on your face, shoulders back, and go, I got this, and there'll be no authority over me ever again, and I will become the authority of my own life. 3, 2, 1. I got this, Braveheart.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for joining us, and join us again at 1 o'clock if you want. And just know, like I said, our sale is starting 1 minute Sunday. We also, just as he's got those consultations you can jump on if you want to get some EMF consultations, we've got our consultations on sale. This will be the last time I ever do that, because I'm not even sure why I did that, because we get too many already. Most of my staff did around 20 to 30 consultations last week, because we do what's called the Perfect Day Consult. $150 and you get lifetime support. Go figure, right? Let's bring humans together. Let's learn how to communicate with ourselves and with our body, and learn to take our mind back. God bless everyone. Have a beautiful day. Happy Friday. It's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it. Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited. What I've learned in my life is this: To be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time. Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite. You were created by your Creator to create. So let's create something amazing together. So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek. Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win. I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico, and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life. And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams, and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.